Hello everyone, and welcome to this live stream slash recording. If you're watching this after the live stream, this portion of the video is for you. If you look around, you'll see that there's just a green screen here. And this is called the build-up, and believe it or not, it's necessary. Because I have to set up a lot of stuff while the live stream's actually going on. I don't want to get any more messages about how I don't want to watch 8 minutes of green screen. So here's what you're going to do. If you're on a tablet or a cell phone, you're going to find the More button, at which time you'll find a timestamp. You're going to click on that, and it will fast forward you automatically straight to the actual content. If you're on PC, look in the description at the very top line. There's a set of numbers, like a little timestamp, that actually says something to the effect of, hit this and you'll go straight to the main content. I think that should solve the problems. Okay, so now we're going to get into some of the filler, because there's actually 8 minutes of me talking about stuff before the live stream to keep you entertained. Here we go. This live stream is sponsored by Land of Land. First thing, I really like their approach to land ownership. As preppers, we're always looking for that bug out location. But let's face it, it's getting harder and harder to find one. What most people don't know is that vacant land is everywhere. And the nice thing about vacant land is that there's no leaky roofs, there's no pipes to fix, there's nothing to repair. In fact, land can be developed as like a place for your dream home. Maybe it's a getaway. Maybe it's just a place to go set up a campsite. Something else I really like about Land of Lands is they have what they call the zero aggravation program. It's something that they do. In some cases, you can actually buy land in one day using a credit card. Now, when we talk about buying land, we have to ask ourselves, why buy land? The simple answer is for us to have a bug out location, or a place where we can gather the family during a crisis event. But when you buy land, there's actually added benefits. Land can present what they call attractive yields, and it has what they call low volatility. Now, those are some fancy investment terms. Let me lay something down for you that I'm sure you'll understand. You can build equity with your land. Also, owning land offers a hedge against inflation. We've all heard that one before. And what I personally believe is the most important factor is that land is what they call a hard asset. And it's called a hard asset because they don't make it anymore. Now, what I want is for people to start thinking about land the same way they think about gold, silver, precious metals. And if you're in the preparedness space, you know what I'm talking about. And that's why I like Land of Land so much. Now do yourself a favor. Go to landofland, all one word, .com. Get the process started so that you can own some land. Now, back to the content. Let's see here. Who do we got here? Let's check the chat. Check the chat real quick. Whatever. Show me. So Miss Melody is the only. Miss Melody, you're the only one in here. Everybody else is like working and stuff. We're the only ones that are slacking off. But they'll be able to watch this. It'll get recorded and all that other stuff. So, all right. Let's see. Oh, we got the box. We got the box full of prepper stuff. I do need to get out there. As you can see on my board, I've got to go. The Jeep is done. The vapor lock is the vapor gas vacuums lock was fixed on my Jeep, and so now I've got to go give the guy some money. It's all part of that small town business thing where I was like, well, how much money I need to bring you? He's like, $50. I was like, okay. Apparently one of the T valves in my vacuum system had melted. He's like, he'd never seen nothing before. He's like, he can't tell, there's no reason why it should have melted. But apparently it did, and that's what caused the problem. All right. Let's make sure no sex toys pop out of this thing. Let's see here. All right. So that's one set of filters for the new secondary mask that I bought. That box shouldn't be open, but it apparently is. Okay. So we've got that. This is the secondary set of filters. This is another mask set that I bought. And this is all to P100 level. It is comfortable, light, and ultra compact. This is a combination mask. It's designed to fit under things and so on and so forth. But you guys will actually see that when the time comes. Let's see where I'm taking it. Put that over there. I'm gonna get out of the way. Knife over there. What do we got here? This is a new. The girlfriend got a new phone and she needed a new phone cover, so we've got a new phone cover for the girlfriend. Let's see. What do we got here? These are a sealed set of backup filters for that mask. I love it. They're sealed. It's perfect. And let's see here. And as usual, I always try to practice what I preach. And this is a map of a place called Delmarva. Delmarva is it's the Delaware, Maryland, Virginia Peninsula is what they call it, which is where I live technically. This map is actually coded so that it won't, like, you can get it wet. I haven't really looked at the detail on it, but it looks like a standard road map, which is enough to get things started. That'll obviously be in the navigation video. I don't know why. That's really weird. Oh, it's my Bofang. I bought another Bofang. Look how nicely it's wrapped. It's kind of weird the way it's wrapped. It's a Bofang kit that I bought because I needed another one. What do we got here? This is the Pathfinder Bivy Survival Sleeping Bag. And this is going to go through a very quick test. I don't know if I want to unroll it, to be honest with you, because it never fails. It never fails on items like this. You can't get it back in the package. So I don't know if I want to unroll it or not, but I think at some point I will have to. Maybe I'll make it like a quick gear review. But the idea behind this is that I can replace my my Gore-Tex bivy. I have like a full up. I was one of the original people who tested bivy sacks for the military, it's unbelievable. It's basically a tent that you wear, but it does have some weight and it is size. This would be a substantial game changer based off of new technology, because my bivy sack is, I don't know, 20 years old, but this would be a substantial game changer. And then what do we got here? This is my another mask that I'm looking at. This is the, what's to say here? Full respirator. It doesn't even say the name brand on it. That's kind of weird. But it's basically a full up respirator. It's a P100 level, and we've got some filters. I'm not gonna worry about opening. There we go. Those are just the dust filters. These are the extra filters. Or should I say the primary filters for it? These are the P100 filters. These are actually the same as the PA1 filters that Parcel Safety makes. So that will be useful. Oh, we have 2 people in here now. Thank you. Hey, say something in the chat so I can say hi to you guys later. And then we've got, let's see here. This looks like this is the mask itself. And I paid almost nothing for this. So I really was like, hey, this could be one of those issues where it's a low to medium grade mask that I pay almost nothing for. What is that? Is that plastic? That is plastic. Okay. I can pull that off. That's why it looks like that. Oh, it's got caps. I love it. There you go. Little bitty mask right there. You can do front. You can do sides. I love it. Let's see here. You can do the standards, or you can do the 40 millimeter, the NATO 40 millimeter. That's pretty freaking awesome for the price that I paid for it. But you guys will see this after I play with it a little bit, and also you will see it during the very first of the bug out bag section videos. The very first one is air. I've been kind of waiting to get this now that I've got everything that I want. Wow, this is really constructed very well for the price that I paid for it. That's pretty awesome. Okay. All right, guys. That was about it. 9 minutes and 42 seconds. Hopefully this generates some questions. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments. Do me a favor. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up for me, because believe it or not, if there's only 2 of you here and you give me 2 thumbs up, that's 100%. It all comes out in the wash. All right. You're not saying anything, and that's okay, but do me a favor. Like I said, if you got any questions about this, get it in the comments, and we can go from there. All right, guys, I got to go get the Jeep. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. I got to see if I can figure out how to turn this thing off. Good morning, everyone. Hopefully everybody's out there. If somebody can give me a sound check, 5x5, something like that, that would be super duper. Also, please let me know if the video quality has changed. I think I know what the problem is. There's two probable issues going on right now. But I also see there where Oops is talking about internet service nationwide is being stupid. Let's see here. Thinking of investing in Starlink. Thoughts? I had Starlink. Starlink worked awesome. The problem I had with Starlink is that I did not have a clear view of the sky. I was living in basically a hole in the woods, and you really need to be able to point that thing because it jumps from satellite to satellite to satellite as the satellites move along. It's actually interesting watching the terrestrial model that they show you. Okay, so I don't really have any admin notes. Do me a favor, guys. If you liked the intro minus the choppiness, I had complaints about people not wanting to watch 10 minutes of something. It's like you don't have the brain power to like push the more button or something, or maybe you just don't know it's there. Maybe that's it. I'm gonna lean on that and say you just didn't know it was there, and now you do. I'm going to be having that at the front of every one of these intros to get it started. But like I said, do me a favor, put a 1 in the chat if you like the intro where you actually get to watch something instead of listening to the crazy music and green screen. I'm pretty sure people do like it, but let's wake up the algorithm while we're doing that. Also, what we got here? Let's go ahead and hit the Rumble poll. Current score: Rumble 29, YouTube 13. Holy shnikes! What is going on with that? Cool Coat is using the emoticons that I've created for our members. If you're a member on the YouTube, you actually get to use emoticons. Now, here's the thing. Right now, I only have 5 of them. If you see the little dude there with his freaking holding his radio with his hat backwards, that is me. I made that just for the members. And yeah, you can have it too. But right now, I think there's only 5. But the more members I have, the more emoticons I can make available to you. It's not about like how much money you give. It's about it's their rules. Like only 5 for the first, I don't know, 100 or something like that. I don't know. But there's a limitation on it. Let's see. Going to the chat. So Rumble first. Let's see. The Real Patriot Medic first. Andy Pearson. Number 2, West Virginia Pappy. You are deterred. And I'm looking for anybody else new in here. That's Marcia Mello. Good morning. Some of us are multitasking with perhaps gardening and canning while listening for things to start. Yes. Good. Now you can hear us start. God, I love it. I love it. See anybody else in here? Laser showed up. Good to see you, bro. Brian is in the house. Where did you purchase mask? Which mask do you speak of, Brian? Brian Art, are you talking about the green one or the half mask blue one? Let me know in the chat, and I will see if I can't find something for you. Let's see here. I wasn't here. Hicktown Honey showed up. Good to go. Good to go. All right. So now I'm going to move on over to what is this? What is something just happened on YouTube? Catitude just joined as a member. Thank you, Catitude. I don't know which level you joined at, but you will start to see changes in the way you think. When you post, you're going to know. I don't know which level. There's 3 levels, guys. There's $1.99. I think it's $1.99, $3.99, and $9.99. It really depends on how much you want to support the channel. But obviously, you get full access to everything at the top level. Anywho, looking at the Catitude. That's the first time I've ever seen that online. My screen changed. It was pretty awesome. Let's see here. I'm gonna go. I'm trying to. Something is going on with my machine, guys. I don't know exactly what it is. I'm gonna try and we're gonna pause this video. Something is happening, and my mouse is like, I changed the batteries in it, so I know it's not that. It's actually the computer, and more than likely, it's what it was causing the degradation in the video earlier. So I'm just going to drop that. Let's just remove that, remove from studio, and hopefully that changes things. Let's see here. Hey, y'all, welcome to the party, Catitude. Gotcha. All right, so I'm going to try I'm trying to get to the poll, and my mouse is like not doing what I want it to do when I come on over here. So on the YouTube side, there's a poll. It's what type of preparedness training is most valuable to you? And let's see, first, survival skills workshop is maxing this thing out at 60% of the votes. Currently have 10 votes. Right behind that is self-defense classes at 30%, and first aid and CPR courses are at 10%. And see, this is why preppers, this is a mistake that preppers make, and we're going to talk about it today. At 0 votes, emergency plan drills. Nobody does drills. Okay, on the YouTube side, if my my computer is going to let me do what, let me close another window. Maybe if I close that window, I'll be able to do something. I don't know. Can I pop this? I'm trying to minimize anything that is running on my machine right now, guys. Let's close that one. There we go. And obviously we need to throw some brands up there so that people know that we're serious. There we go. And it holds up, it hides the other camera too. Okay. I'm trying to, why is it every time I come over to this window, the whole thing freezes up? I just, like, I don't have control of my mouse at all. Let me just cover this up. All right. So, I guess I'll have to work through this. Damn it. Sorry, guys. I'm trying to, my mouse is not doing what it's supposed to be doing. Comments. All right, let's see here. Rose, first, cool coat. Number 2. And where are we at? We're talking about badges. Bob Pita, you are the YouTube turd for the day. We got West Virginia Pappy, omnipresent. Catitude, of course. We got Oops. Where are we at here? We got Doug Frost is in the house. Come on now. Come on, mouse. There we go. It's this thing is, it's so, I'm really fighting with this. Ian is here. What do we got? Come on now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Catitude joined. I'm scrolling through the chats right now. Survival skills include CPR in my world. Gotcha, bro. Gotcha. All right. So we're going to need to get this started. I'm not sure why my computer's doing this. It's just, this is not a favorable situation. So we're going to try and knock this out before something really bad happens. As usual, we're talking about the 10 things, 10 expanded sections on understanding and managing risks, specifically tailored for preppers. And that's how we ended up writing this stuff. And so the first one is risk identification. You can't understand what a risk is until you've actually seen it or identified it. And the types of risks we're talking about are like natural disasters, to include, earthquakes, floods, hurricanes, wildfires, and severe storms. Man-made threats are like industrial accidents, chemical spills, terrorism, and civil unrest. Technological risks are cyber attacks, infrastructures, and power grid outages. And then obviously health risks, pandemic, disease outbreaks, and foreign-born illnesses. Come on, there we go. I'm literally like, it's like I do something and it's chugging and I don't know why. Guys, give me 1 second. I'm going to check my resource manager and see. I don't know what is happening. We're going to see. I need to see what is using all of these damn resources. It's not making anti-malware service executable. Let's try memory. No, nothing major is causing this. There's something happening to this computer. But anyway, we're gonna press through. We're gonna press through. Come here, mouse. I depend on this mouse so much. All right. So with that said, we need to assess those local risks. Now, assessing those local risks, we're talking about research regional risk factors based on historical data. We're going to consult emergency management agencies for insights into specific threats. You can do this online or in person. They'll be happy to talk to you about this stuff. They're going to identify common risks in your community, such as flooding zones and industrial hazards. Do you live in a floodplain? It's a big question. It's a big, big question. All right, come on, mouse. I just did something. Scroll. Maybe if I use my keyboard, it'll work faster. Let's try that. All right. So let's see here. Oh, wow. Cool Colt has now got himself a super sticker. I'm glad, I have no idea what your screens look like when people do this stuff, man, but I'm jazzed. I'm jazzed. I think it's awesome. Not just because I got 99 cents, but because, well, I mean, I probably made like 75 cents tops, but that's not the point. The point is this is interaction. This is what we're supposed to be doing in the community, and I really am. I'm jazzed about it. Let's see here. Cool, Colt, just playing around. That's okay, bro. I'm happy. All right. So risk assessment, probability and impact analysis. Will it happen? What will happen when it happens? Likelihood. Evaluate how likely each identified risk is to occur. I'm literally giving you guys a step by step on how to do this. Severity. Assess the potential impact and consequences of each risk. Yeah, I think I said that. I think I said that pretty succinctly. Frequency, determine how often the risks could potentially manifest. For instance, if it's hurricane season or if it's not hurricane season. Vulnerability assessment. Identify weaknesses in your current preparedness and infrastructure. Analyze the impacts of risks on various aspects of life, home, health, finances, etc. Evaluate the resilience of your current systems and resources. That last one is pretty important. I'm going to say it again, and then I'm going to tell it to you like it's like normal speak. Evaluate the resilience of your current systems and resources. Basically, how long can you last in this situation? Or can your equipment, gear, situation survive that situation, that crisis event? Can it do it? All right, I'm going to try and use my mouse. I'm going to try and, man, this is really big. This is really getting under my skin because I can't do anything. Let me see. Let me see if it's the mouse, if it's actually the mouse that's causing this problem. I think it's the mouse. I think the mouse is getting something's happening to the mouse, and I don't know what it is. So I've transitioned to the touchpad, which means I'm going to have to look in a certain direction or whatever. Okay. Let me slide over here. All right, so we talked about the risk assessment, the likelihood, severity, and frequency. We talked about a vulnerability assessment. Where are we at here? You know what? Can I use the arrow keys? There we go. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and check the chat now. I'm going to try and check the chat. This is going to be kind of minimalistic if I can't get the chat get in. All right, let's go ahead and scroll up now. All right, so we got all that done. Catitude got welcome. Rose suggests change up survey to a ranking of the items because all are relevant, but each sees some as more primary than others. Yes, basically do an analysis of the most important tools or the things the most important things that will be relevant to the situation. Definitely. Let's see. Okay. Rose says, always observe the land during high water situation. Look for old streams, ditches, beds that you don't see when it's dry, but could cause problems later. Also, this goes to what we were talking about yesterday with finding water, finding streams that we didn't know were even there. Let's see here. Bradley Collins says he's just checking in. Good. And all American preppers here as well. Oops says I use topo maps, shows all highs and lows in terrain. Yes, exactly. Topo maps are a definite plus in these types of situations, specifically for planning, guys. Specifically for planning. Okay, so before I forget, guys, the T-shirt of the day. Link is in the description. Yes, you can buy it on Amazon. I am an affiliate. I will make 32 cents every time you spend $1,000. All right, let's see here. Risk prioritization, risk planning. Rank risks based on their likelihood and impact to prioritize which ones to address. First, use tools like risk matrices to visualize and prioritize risk. If you guys have never seen that, just Google risk matrix and then you can actually like put your own risks inside that matrix and decide which ones are the most important ones. Resource allocation. Allocate resources, time, money, effort based on the priority of the risks. Focus on high impact and high likelihood risks for immediate action. For instance, if I had to rank the two problems, it would be hurricanes and flooding, followed by wind damage, because those are things that actually happen where I live, but I would categorize those things and rank them. where are we at here? Mitigation strategies. Man, this is really something is super clunky. Something's happening in my computer. I don't like it. I don't like it. Let's see here. Let's see. I dig 2 feet, hit water. I got you, bro. Let's see here. Where I'm at I have to find land above water or live on a boat. Oops says, where are we at here? Definitely hurricanes down here in Florida. Gotcha. Okay, we're transitioning back over here. So now we want to talk about something called a mitigation strategy. Now, with mitigation strategies, we need to talk about preventative measures. And in this particular section, we're going to talk about natural disasters, like we want to install flood barriers. If we know something's going to happen, we're going to install a flood barrier. Earthquake-proof our home and maintain a fire break. You know, if you live in the woods, you want to make sure that your house is not right up against the trees, but you also want to dig what they call fire breaks. It's normally like a trench, but the idea is that the fire won't jump over that. It will not allow for the ground to burn in that direction. But let's see, health risks: follow sanitation practices and get vaccinations, and maintain a healthy, conscious lifestyle. Now, when I say get vaccinations, just standard vaccinations, guys. And if you're against them completely, I completely understand. I have every vaccination on the planet inside my body, except for the one that we cannot speak of here, because those were immunizations, not vaccinations. All right, cybersecurity: use strong passwords, update software regularly, and use encryption when you can. Some structural improvements we need to talk about is, you know what? Somebody put something in the chat there that looks interesting. Bradley says, water is going to have to raise a long ways before it gets to my house, but I have thoughts about it. Real threat for me is tornadoes and earthquakes. Exactly. Run a risk matrix. Find out what your real threats are, and then you can actually start preparing for them. You may have already done it, you know, but the idea is that we kind of plan this out. We kind of think of this so that we're not forgetting something. That's what this really comes down to. So do it. All right. So structural improvements: reinforce buildings to withstand natural disasters. You know, with where I am, wind is a significant thing, and it happens regularly, and so you can't just put up. You know, it sounds dumb, but you can't just put up your namby-pamby flagpole. You actually have to have like a steel reinforced pole, otherwise it's just going to fold. It's just going to fold whatever you decide to stick that flag to. But think about that when you start thinking about your risk matrix. Also, you want to upgrade your infrastructure and security system to enhance resilience. You also want to implement safety features such as fire alarms and carbon monoxide detectors. Also, fire extinguishers. Learn how to use them. Watch the video. It's not hard. Okay. I'm going to look at the Rumble now, even though I cannot do anything with it, but read it. Andy says, chugging coffee this time of day. Good for you. Oh, chugging that coffee. Let's see here. Truth Speak Dad says, biggest shortfall here is water and power. And Andy says, it's always the computer, never the operator. Oh, shut up, Andy. I know any monkey can operate a mouse except for me. And honestly, I'm going to have to check it out. Hold on, smart guy. It's actually like it's a Logitech. This is a high quality mouse. And I don't know why it's doing it. I'm going to have to figure it out. Maybe the dongle came loose. Something happened. I don't know what it is, but I'll figure it out. And West Virginia Pappy says, learn to do a controlled burn to create fire break. Yes, that's pretty smart. Bob Peta says, blizzards, flooding, wind here in Rhode Island, hurricanes, tornadoes possible. Yes. Yeah. And don't forget about ice storms. That's especially where you live, my friend, not just your state, but your city. That's right. But you know what I'm talking about, man. You know exactly what I'm talking about. Rose says today is your turn for tech issues. Yeah, I mean, I changed the battery in it. I don't know what it is. I don't know what its problem is, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure it out. I've got a data figured out. I can still fat finger my way through this thing. All right, so let's talk about the emergency preparedness plans. I know these are always, this is so, you guys love planning so much, so much. And, you know, it's funny too, because I don't know what just happened, but YouTube just went, like in the race winning 19-14. So we actually like lost a bunch of people on the Rumble side. It's hilarious. All right, so emergency preparedness plan, developing plans. Create a detailed emergency plan for various scenarios like natural disasters, e.g. health. You know, create detailed emergency plans. Hint, hint. Guys, the poll is atrocious. You guys, nobody has a plan. You guys have stuff on shelves, I can tell. Right now, the type of preparedness training that's most valuable to you is 50% survival skills workshop, 29% self-defense classes, 21% first aid and CPR courses, and 0% emergency plan drills. Sad. This is sad, guys. This is sad. This is not the way it's supposed to be. It's not the way it's supposed to be. All right, so developing plans. Create detailed emergency plans for various scenarios, natural disasters, health emergencies. Include evacuation routes, shelter locations, and communications plans. Plan for different family members' needs, including pets and special requirements. This is important, and here's why. Tests and drills. Conduct regular drills to practice emergency plans. Simulate various emergency scenarios to test the effectiveness of your plans. Update plans based on drill outcomes and feedback. The old OODA loop. Observe, decide, act. Shut up, phone. Let's see. Oops says HARP and S-band radar messing with frequencies. Yep, maybe. I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna attempt. I've got to attempt to do this because, guys, you know darn well that there are, where are we at here? Pushing the buttons. I think what I'll do is I'll just get a hardwired mouse. As much as I want the freedom of not needing one, I think I'll do it anyway. Guys, I want you to go check out Partial Safety. And the reason why I want you to go check out Partial Safety is two reasons. One, they are sponsors of Prep Stock 2024. They have sent us a couple masks to give away to our attendees, our participants. And obviously, if you use code LocalPrepper, all one word, you'll get 20% off. But here's the thing. Right now, they have, don't even worry about my code. Just get in there, find the link in the description for the sponsors of Prep Stock. Scroll down to the Partial Safety link. Hit that link. Right now, they're 45% off of masks. I know people that have bought like 2 or 3 of these things because their kids need them. So go ahead and check that out. Spend your money wisely, obviously, but you know the sales. And if you guys think that the Amazon stuff is all turned off, it's not. They never turn it off. They always leave it running for like another day. It's crazy. We had somebody in the Patreon who needed help trying to figure out which size Jackery to get for their refrigerator. So I did some. They sent me the back of the refrigerator. I checked it out and found the one that they needed. Send them a link as well as a promo code. The promo codes for Amazon's Days. It's not Amazon Day anymore. It's Days. Was still active. So they have not turned these things off. Don't think because the days are gone that it's done, because it is not. Also, I'm going to guess Partial Safety is the same way. I have not checked, but definitely go there because I'm still getting texts saying things are 45% off. Yeah, that happened. Okay, let's see here. We're going to go on down here to contingency planning. Now, with contingency planning, what we're basically talking about is we're talking about backup systems, okay? And, you know, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's pretty straight to the point. But with backup systems, you need to establish redundant systems of power, water, and communications. Now, your primary systems are obviously the lights in our ceilings, the light switches on our walls, the water that comes out of our spigot, the septic systems that we use, and our main form of communications, which is the mighty Star Trek cell phone. But so establishing those backup systems are important, like portable power. I think I always get this mixed up. Portable power, that's a 230. And water, well, I store water. That's my very first prep. And communications, well, I don't have a GMRS radio right next to me this very second, but I think you know that I have a few. Okay, let's see here. You need to ensure backup methods for critical tasks such as alternative. What is happening? What is happening? There we go. Ensure backup methods for critical tasks such as alternative cooking and heating solutions. Guys, how are we going to communicate with our loved ones when our cell phones don't work anymore? Viking Queen showed up. Good morning, young lady. Nice to see you. She says, West Virginia Pappy says, remember, one is none even with planning. Exactly. But establish redundant power systems of power, water, and communications. Ensure backup methods for critical tasks such as alternative cooking and heating solutions. That's right. I read that twice, and because it's smart. Let's see here. No such thing as enough or too much. Tuck says, we drove to the local emergency shelter and know all the possible routes. And we're going to go ahead and boom, we're going to put that one up there for a little while. And let's see. I keep going to that damn mouse and I know it's not going to work. All right. And then have a plan B, guys. Have a plan B. Develop secondary plans in case primary plans fail. When we were talking, when I was talking to the Patreon, that's right. Membership has its privileges, and giving advice on this battery backup plan for the freezer. I told this person that, if when you go to use it, your backup plan could be adding a module to this particular version of the Jackery that I picked for her, because you can actually just add a module to it. You just plug and play, and then basically double your storage capacity as well as your power. So that is something that people need to think about. Have that plan B. You also want to include options for different scenarios, such as, bug out locations or secondary communication methods. If you guys were watching the build up this morning, I'm now being sponsored by a company called Land of Land, and their goal is to offer land to people in a way that makes it very easy for them to find it and purchase it. Are the spots all perfect? No spot is perfect. Does it have water? Does it have this? Does it have that? None of that matters, because sometimes you just need a place to go. So the company has decided to partner with me and try to make it easier for that to happen for you guys. So you guys are going to start seeing more and more of those. I want to kind of change the mindset. I know people that have stacks of coins, but they own no land. It's mind-boggling to me. So having that plan B, like a place to go that's like yours, is pretty smart. Okay, so the next thing is monitoring and reviewing. Good morning, Tuck. Good, cool, Colt. There you go. Hey, Colt, I appreciate that, bro. Add to new mouse fund. I got to put that up there. That's hilarious, man. Add to new mouse fund. Yeah, well, we'll find out if that's really the case. But like I said, at this point, I mean, it may be just a hardwire issue. I'm actually running this whole thing off of a laptop, and I have limited USB capability, but we shall find out what the issue is soon enough. Okay, monitoring and review. Regular reviews. Periodically review and update your risk assessment and preparedness plan. People don't. Well, you guys don't have plans. I can tell. It's like it's all up here. Matter of fact, if you have put your plans, any preparedness plans on paper, it's like it's got a binder or it's in a folder or anything like that, I want you to put a 1 in the comments. I want you to do that for me, because one, it's good for the algorithm, but two, I want people to see who's actually doing this stuff, who's actually doing the hard work and give credit to the people that are doing the hard work versus the people who are just kind of doing a great job, but There's nothing on paper, man. There's nothing on paper. There's nothing to review. There's nothing people, if you took one between the eyes today, would there be a plan for your family? Would they know? Or have you become a one-man band, responsible for everybody's safety and survival? That's not smart. That is not smart at all. So, let's see here. Where are we at here? Thoughts on phone file. Rose says that she does have a plan. Thoughts on phone file. I don't have a problem with that as long as people can actually get in there. But I mean, it's got to be a plan, and phones require power, and that can be an issue depending on what you've got as far as backup goes. But here's what I'm saying, guys. Notice there's not a lot of ones in the chat. There's not a lot of ones in the chat, and there really should be, shouldn't there? If you think that you should have a plan written down someplace, in a folder, in a binder, on the internet, someplace that other people can read it, put a 2 in the chat. Let's see what people really think about that. And while you do that, I will check the poll results. Currently, someone got smart. Emergency plan drills went up to 6%. We currently had 16 votes. Survival skills workshop has dropped to 44%. And now it's 25. First aid and CPR courses and self-defense classes are both 25%. And emergency plan drills have gone up to 6%. 6%. All right, let's see here. So 1, 2, 3, only 3 people out of 21 on Rumble and 12 on the YouTubes think that well, okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 people. Paper might be found and used against you. By who? And what is your plan? What is your devious little plan that paper could be used against you? Let's see here. All American says, I truly live the lifestyle I'm already living as if shit has hit the fan. Yes, I've seen your videos, my friend. I've seen your videos. Tuck says, we discuss and review, but nothing is written. I could do it. Have to go to library. I have no printer, just 2 of us here. I got you. 2, having a document plan is very good for self-review. Self-review. Yes. Self-review. That's important. That is important. Self-review. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about something called feedback mechanisms. Now, with feedback mechanisms, basically, you want to gather feedback from the drills that you're supposed to be conducting, the training, the real-life events. You're supposed to be gathering feedback from that. And then you're going to use that feedback to improve risk management strategies and preparedness plans. And if you don't, then you didn't learn anything. You didn't learn anything from what happened, guys, and you should. Let's see here. We bugged out when Alabama found office, I guess. Bradley Collins, we shall talk to you later, my friend. We'll talk to you later. All right. Another thing people that don't talk about is something called community involvement, collaborative risk management. Now things are getting scary. We actually have to talk with other people about these things, and nobody knows what to do. So collaborative risk management, what this talks to is working with local community groups and emergency services to enhance collective preparedness. Having a firefighter or an EMT as a friend who has knowledge of the internal workings of those organizations is very, very smart and an asset in a lot of situations. So what we want to do is try and participate in community risk assessments and planning initiatives. We also want to share resources and information with neighbors and local organizations. And I'm not talking about like telling them how many preps you got. I'm not talking about, you violating the first rules of OPSEC. I'm talking about sharing resources like knowledge, like, hey, I have a chainsaw. We can go get these trees out of the road. Okay. Information like connections, communication points with different people and organizations to get things done during emergencies. All right, let's see. Okay, Brad took off. Mitigation of risk is huge. Yes, Andy Pearson, it is. This where are we at here? Using the keys is not really good on this computer for some reason. Building networks, establish communications with local prepper groups. Local prepper groups. That sounds kind of, well, it just rolls off the tongue. Local prepper group, local prepper groups, or community emergency response teams. Coordinate with others to improve collective risk management and resource sharing. We just talked about that. And let's see here. Number 9, financial risk management. Oh, you guys love this one. This one is the most fun for you guys. On the YouTube side, if you have not done the poll, please do it because we will be closing that out here shortly. With financial risk management, insurance coverage, guys. Ensure adequate insurance coverage for property, health, and liability risks, and review and update policies to reflect current risk factors and needs. Basically, maybe you need a little bit more insurance than you think you do. Maybe you can't afford it now more than you had before, or than you could before. And also maybe your beneficiary has changed, and a lot of people don't update that. We definitely recommend looking into that, because the last thing that you want to do when you're taking a dirt nap is start to think about how you should have had it, how the beneficiary is your third ex-wife when it should be your fourth ex-wife. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. All right, let's see here. Emergency fund. Man, this really sucking. Emergency fund. Maintain a financial reserve for emergencies, including unexpected expenses and disruptions like unemployment. You should have 3 months worth of salary saved away in an emergency fund. You say, I can't afford it. I say, put down the cigarettes. You say, you can't afford it. I say, put down the alcohol. You say, you can't afford it. I say, stop going out to supper. Okay. You say, you can't afford it. I say, eat ramen. But do something, guys. Hey, Brian, good to see you. Anyway, plan for financial suitability during long-term disruptions. That's the 3-month plan. All right, and let's see here. We're getting down to number 10, education and training. And if you guys haven't spotted the trend here, it should be self-evident by now. But education and training, skill development, acquire skills relevant to risk management, such as first aid, self-defense, and survival techniques. Attend workshops, courses, and training sessions to enhance preparedness. Sounds like a poll we're taking, doesn't it? Information dissemination. Educate family members and communities about risk management and preparedness. Joe, you're really not thinking this through, are you? Here's how I think things through. Hint, hint. Share knowledge and resources to improve overall readiness. Bob says, ex-daughter-in-law and new husband are paramedics, so I have someone to help train us up in aid and CPR. And so, Bob, the network, pick his brain about things like, hey, how long does it take an ambulance to get from point A to point B? When you guys get these calls, what are the ones that you respond to the fastest? Pick the guy's brain. These people have knowledge that is useful to you in your planning. Let's see here. Bob says, we do weapons defense training at Dojo. Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. All right. So let's see here. So let's see. The sections that we've just talked about, attend skilled workshops like Prep Stock, West Virginia Pappy. Yeah. I never even thought about that, but spot on, prepstock.net. Nebo, North Carolina, October 12th through the 13th. Be there, be square. So basically the sections we were just talking about, they offer a comprehensive approach to understanding and managing risks, covering various aspects from identification and assessment to mitigation and community involvement. Taking a holistic approach or view helps preppers build resilience and effectively prepare for a range of potential threats. Full spectrum preparedness for my boy out there at Grumpy Acres. He likes to talk like that. Light Raider says, I'm late. Yeah, you're late, man. We're getting ready to turn this thing down. And Miko, good to see you, Miko. It says, if you forget about communications and comms, define out who's friendly, who is not. I got you. And good morning to you, my friend. Good morning to you. Okay, so it looks like the poll is going to end as is. Let's see. 47% think that survival skill workshops are the number one thing to do. I'm going to take a snapshot of that for for future use. What just happened? I just pushed a button and some weird stuff just happened. No, I don't want that. I don't want that. I want this. Using this touchpad is such a pain in the butt. I'd be done with this already if it wasn't a touchpad thing. All right, good. Okay, guys, let's see here. I'm going to go ahead and check the chat real quick. Now I got this thing in my way. Cool Quote says, plans need to consistently be reviewed. Kids change of schools. Oldest daughter now going to college. Always changing. Exactly. The newsman says, I'm too late. It's never too late, because you can actually like drag that little red bar that's on the bottom of your screen all the way over to the very beginning and watch this thing all you want. It's just the way it is. Okay, guys, I think that's going to be about it. Hey, how many thumbs? I can't tell on my side. How many thumbs up did we get on the YouTubes? Because mine only says 1, and I know that's wrong because of the way this whole thing is set up. But I'm kind of curious. Somebody put it in the chat for me. I know sometimes these subjects can be a little bit boring, but I think that they're important. I think they're more important than regurgitating the news, and I think they're more important than trying to set people's hair on fire with the things that are happening in our world that have no effect, no direct on our family, our friends, or our lives. Okay, it looks like 17, 18, good to go. I appreciate you guys. All right, that's going to be about it. I'm going to try and push this button to turn the stream off. We'll see what happens. But, as usual, guys, I want you guys to stay safe. I want you to have a great day. If you make sure you hit that like button on the way out, I appreciate you. And let's see. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. I'm here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. And or when it ends, like now. And yeah, that's going to be about it. Stay safe. Have a great day. And I'll see you when I see you. Signing out. Later. Button.